Monday, everyone. Welcome to Ecamm Network News and Entertainment, where you stay up to date on what's happening in the world of Ecamm Live, social media, and live streaming and video production. My name is Ana Gil.
And I'm Fuljens. Happy Monday, everybody.
Today, we are going to be talking about what's going on out there with Threads. And you're going to hear from the incredible Marielou Mandl. She's going to be updating us on what we need to know about Threads, the ins and outs and the outs and in. Let's check out the comments and see what is going on. We see a lot of you here. That's great.
The fam is here.
Yeah.
First of all, hello, and thank you in advance to Mr. Mario. Look at that. So much thanks that the comment just takes over the entire screen. Thank you.
I mean, it has to be. I think Paul needs to be bigger, right? That comment needs to be bigger for Paul. There we go. Paul, hello. Dan, welcome, everybody.
What's up, Mr. Roth? Good to see you here.
Look at Sammy. Look at Sammy. It's awesome to see you here, Sammy.
So good to see you, Sammy.
Eden!
Can't stay long, but wanted to pop in for a bit to hang out.
Yeah,
yes.
Welcome. And to hear about Threads, because I want to hear your thoughts, all of your thoughts about it. Have you downloaded it yet? What you think about it? Are you going to download it? You know, all of those things. Here is a safe place.
Richard, hello. Good to see you here.
Carmen, wow.
Yes, George Canellas, good to see you as always. Gretchen is here.
Gretchen.
So nice. And identify yourself, please.
Hello, Ana and Fuljens, Facebook user says. Right?
Kanabi, shalom. Oh, it's Nabia. Good to see you, Nabia.
Yes,
nice.
Yes, you're here. Awesome.
I stepped away into my office and heard that music.
we pulled you in. So yes, we're going to be talking about Threads with our guests. But before we dive into that, do you all know that Ecamm has an incredible giveaway for the month of July? And here's what you can have a chance of winning.
Yes.
Look at this.
Hold on a second here. This is the Ecamm Fam epic giveaway, right? So there's 21 days left.
Yes.
And here's what you can win, right? This is how you can get your studio upgraded on behalf of Ecamm Live. A brand new M2 Mac Mini. 2 tickets to Creator Camp.
Creator Camp. We're going to talk about Creator Camp too, just in case you don't know. I believe it's sold out, so you get to go in by winning.
Yes.
Here.
A Switch Pod. Rode Streamer X.
That's nice.
Insta 360 Link camera. That's like one of Doc's favorite cameras right there. And speaking of Doc, one-on-one with Doc, so he could get you set up with your brand new studio. You don't have to do any hassle, anything. Doc got you covered.
You show up, you have all of your equipment, and Doc will get you going. And that is for the month of July, and here's how you can enter.
Yeah, there's 9 ways to enter. 1 is to show us your studio in the community. You can also join the Discord server at ecamm.tv/discord. That's ecamm.tv/discord. You can get a deal on merch. Well, more on that later.
Yes.
You can sign up for the Ecamm newsletter. You can also visit Ecamm Network on IG. Visit Ecamm Live right here in the Ecamm Live YouTube channel. Enter the secret code, and that gives you 5 additional entries, but we're Team Building Blocks and TNN, so with us you get 10.
Oh yeah, you get 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No, but you get 2 codes. You get 2 codes. Yeah.
5 each, 10 entries.
Can we put this on big screen for them to actually look at the whole thing so that you can see? Our amazing moderator, Paul Duncan, is going to share the link so that you can see all of it. But here is the list.
And you could also visit at SwitchPod _ on IG and sign up for the ENN newsletter. The more points, the better. Yes, Samuel. 2 codes. 2 codes, right? So our ENN secret code is Team ENN. Our ENN secret code is Team ENN.
And on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you get...
Well, we gave it away last week.
Right, but then they have to go back on Wednesday to get the code.
I mean, they know it already.
They do, so
Yeah.
you don't have to mention it right now.
Yes, well, it's there. It's
No,
already,
no, no.
it's already
No, no,
there.
no.
It was there in the scrolling ticker and all that.
Right now?
Yes.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
team building blocks, right? So you get, you're welcome in advance. You
The
get
point is
10 additional
for the
entries,
fam to visit the shows.
Which they did last week. You know, I think you're missing, because we didn't have ENN last week, but we started off with building blocks and we gave the code out there. And then now we're sharing out our ENN.
Got
so
it.
You have
Okay,
both.
okay.
So as of today, you have 2 codes from us.
Okay, 2
Yes.
codes. ENN and building blocks. Here we go.
Yes.
So
Team
that's how you
ENN
get.
and team building blocks.
So I saw a lot of you just got that, went over there because we saw the numbers drop. So you went over and you signing up and coming back in. Yes.
Yes. I joined and signed up. What's your code? There you have it. Team ENN, team building blocks. 5 entries each, total of 10.
Yeah. Okay. And also this week we have all hats, all Ecamm hats are $10. So this one is my favorite. This one is my favorite hat. It has some nice distress in
$10.
it.
$10.
Yeah, $10. It's really, it matches with everything. I really like the color.
Yeah, and this
As
is my favorite one here. This is the all black with the black E, the snapback also.
Yeah, for ladies, this
that's
is
not a
really
snapback,
nice.
That's a
little
latch, right? A loop back. It's a loop back.
A loop back.
It's a loop back.
This is really nice for the ladies. It fits us nice and snug. This hat did not fit you.
No,
right?
those little hats don't fit me. And then I also have the OG Ecamm one. This is also on sale for $10. I had to put an extension here. There's a little extension thing here that I had to wear. Right?
And where can they get the extension? It comes with a hat?
Nope. Amazon.
If you have a size 10 hat?
No, they're size. Is there a size 10? I would like to know. These are like the equivalent of a size 8. This one is the equivalent of like a size 8, which is my head and Doc's head.
So there you have it. So if you are has the circumference
Of Fuljens and
size
Doc.
of Fuljens and Doc, you need to get an extension.
Right, get an extension. If you're gonna rock one of those little ones.
But this one is really nice. I really like the material of this one. This is one of my favorite hats. One of my favorite hats. I love how do they call it? The dads?
The tattered.
Is it the dad's something? A dad hat?
I don't know. No, I don't.
Because
think it's
this ones are different. This flap is different than this one. So it's just a different. But this is my favorite hat because of that.
Yeah, and so let's head on over to the merch store so you can take a look at all. And there's some new hats up here.
Yeah, those are cool.
Creator hats. There's a creator with the Ecamm E. There's a creator with like a graffiti looking one. There's the black and white trucker creator hat. I actually have the Mod Squad version of that hat. There's a bucket hat.
Look at that bucket hat.
They got the retro Ecamm one. Here's the black on black. Here's the distressed hat, burnt orange. They also have a distressed black one, and here's the small trucker hat that doesn't fit my head.
Yeah, the distressed black is nice. I might just get that also to have the whole.
Yeah. Everything $10. $10 this month. $10.
Yes, and that's it. Like last week, I believe we had it was a t-shirts, right? It was t-shirts for $10.
And they still are. So if you go back here, they are still available. So grab everything. This is one of my favorite ones here. The Ecamm Fan spin short sleeve t-shirt.
That red is nice.
Heather orange. No, it's actually heather orange. It does look red here, but it's the heather orange one.
Oh.
I think I wore that last week on Building Blocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to be talking about threads pretty soon, everyone. So I want to know in the comments before we come back in, right? Before we bring our incredible guest in, have you downloaded Threads? Are you going to download Threads? What are your thoughts about Threads? Right?
Yeah.
So
Yes, I have a big head. Yes.
So let's go back to when Threads released earlier than it was supposed to, that it was targeted to release. And so somebody said, hey, Threads is going to release early, go download it. So it was about 7 o'clock in the morning. So I go, okay, fresh. Let me download. I look at my first impression of the app itself, not the app, but the logo. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so trendy. This logo is pretty cool. And it got me super excited until I hit Get App. So when I hit Get App, I get hit with all the privacy, which I appreciated that they had it listed, it bulletized. So I was able to look at whatever, all of them. And I decided not to download it yet. So I cannot wait to hear from Marielou all the things about it. And without further ado, here's the incredible Marielou Mandl, who is an Instagram guru and she's just everything about Instagram. And her creator posting strategy is just off the hook. Her aesthetics are great, and you can see it all throughout everything that she does, whether it is Instagram, YouTube, or LinkedIn. Her branding is on point. Without further ado, here it is, Marielou Mandl.
Hello.
Yes,
I'm glad
so
to be
welcome.
back on ENN. I was like,
Yes.
there's an Instagram thing, and then I get the message. I was like, yeah, here we go. Let's talk.
You are it, right? You're like the insider. The insider for us.
The Ecamm Instagram insider.
Right? So for those who are not familiar with Marielou, please give a brief background of what it is that you do, beyond what we have just mentioned about you.
So I'm a content creator all across the internet. I've been a host for a really long time. I've been a video producer for a really long time. So I am just about creating things and sharing information on how to create things with other people. So my favorite thing, like this thing that I'm on right now is like, how fast can I make videos? I'm just like on a speed run. I'm like, how quickly can I turn around videos? So every day I'm just like videos, short videos, long videos, whatever, because I want to get to a point where if I can make something quick and make it good, amazing. And now I can teach other people to do that, because I feel an entry point for a lot of people is like, it takes so long to make a video, and it can, but it doesn't have to. So I want to encourage and empower other people, specifically women who are intimidated by technology and social media, to feel good about creating videos, because it's a lot of fun. Like,
it is.
Anna and I are like video girls, and like when we talk to other people who maybe like are a little scared of it, and it's like, no, please don't be.
Yeah.
Join us. It's so fun.
Yeah. And that's great that you're doing that, because as we know, and I don't know if you read, and we covered this last time on ENN about the creator trends that YouTube released, the report where it mentioned that a lot of us want to see different forms of video. So long form, short form in the same platform. So not having to hop to different platforms. So for example, for you on Instagram, you have long form, you have short form, you have the reels, you have the stories, you have all those different points that you reach with different messages. So that's great that you're doing that, and you're doing it well.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about Threads. What were your first impressions when you downloaded the app?
Well, I saw there was the announcement from the Instagram CEO, from Adam, right? I feel like he's my friend. I'm like, oh, Adam posted something. And I was, it's like, oh, Threads is coming, so sign up for, like, to be notified first. And I was, like, busy that day. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll check on it later. I was thinking, like, it was going to come out in a couple of days, but it came out, like, that afternoon. So then I saw people were signing up, and I was like, okay, like, I signed up, and I think I was, like, in the early 1 million numbers, because, like, we have in our Instagram profile our, like, number. And I was, like, a little bit like, oh, I was after 1 million, even though it's, like, 1.6 million, right? I was like, I wanted to be in the 6-digit numbers. Not that that's ever been a thing before, but they built that in, which, like, when we get into, like, user signups, like, I think that was a really big reason a lot of people signed up. When I first got into it, like, I haven't been on Twitter in years. So I have a Twitter account, and I think my YouTube videos just auto post over there, but I have not opened that app in forever and ever and ever. I opened it the other day because I needed a screenshot. I wanted to see when I signed up for Twitter, but I haven't gone on there in forever because I don't like the culture. I didn't like thinking about like little one-liners to write. Like I just never knew what to do with it. So seeing this, at first I was a little like, I don't know if it's something that I will use, but let me play around a little bit. And then I was really into it because like the first day, like that first evening that I was on there, it was still like not everybody was over there. So I feel like I actually got to the end of the feed. And you remember like early Instagram, we'd be able to scroll and they'd be like, you've seen everything.
Right.
like that's not possible anymore. But I felt like I got to like close to that on Threads. And I was like, okay, this is kind of neat. This will be a new place for people to connect. Because I do think a lot of people are tired of the perfectly curated world, right? And so like you were saying, with people wanting different types of content within one app, even though Threads is a separate app, it connects really seamlessly back and forth. And so I think that that's going to be a good thing. So I kind of like, it's a separate app, but I consider it another feature, like an Instagram feature that is within another app, because you have to have the Instagram account to make that work.
Right. So the
Yeah,
numbers.
but I thought the logo was really pretty too.
Yeah, I mean that logo was. I'm like, they did their thing. I really enjoyed the marketing they did around Threads, and they're still doing it, right? Because as we were talking earlier, right? Everybody in the marketing they use numbers. They play around with the numbers to make it sound bigger than it is. So we will get into that in a little bit, but I want to circle back to, so the thread number is your
sign up number.
Your sign up number is like how many millions you were in. Is that what it is?
It's the order.
What's your number?
So it's
order
like
that
you got in
signed up
line.
Okay, so
let's see where I'm at. So if you go onto your profile, and I had to close my Instagram app and open it back up again, but if you go to your page, and you can see there's like a little number right there. That's the number you signed up as.
Okay, all right.
Your ID number.
So now, your cell block numbers, I think, what Nikki's been calling it.
Yeah. That's
So
what it is.
let's see.
I'm 1648582.
Okay.
And Dan is like,
So
I was to 500K. 500K.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Yeah.
see, but
So it's like, that's like still early.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah,
He was
Dan is
before a million.
483833. Yeah.
Dan is like, I'm going in.
Dan is under 500K. Okay.
Yeah, look at him. It's like, of course Dan is under 500K. He's like.
Hold on. Let me make you full.
And then what's cool about these
There you go.
is if you tap on it, I'll tap on somebody's number, it'll bring you to their account in Threads if you already have your Threads installed. So I think that is a good like marketing tool, because now it's like what is this number? If you don't know what it is, then maybe you'll look into it. If you know what it is, then you're like, oh, I want that. Like I saw it was in the Threads, like people were like, what is this number? Why don't I have this number? I want this number. Is this FOMO situation?
Yeah,
like, where is it?
Yeah.
And that is like the core of human marketing, is like, of everything you can do, you can appeal to them, right? You can speak to different markets, but FOMO will sell things so hard.
Right. That's it.
Yeah.
So what are the things that we need to be, there are a couple of things that we need to be on the lookout for, just watch out for when it comes to, for those of us who have not joined it, or for those who have already joined it, what are the things that they should keep in mind moving forward, whether it is, for posting or just housekeeping rules.
Right. So it's a text-based app. So if you've never been on Twitter, like maybe even older, it's like, imagine like Facebook status updates, which I think they were kind of doing with us in stories. You could do like a little update and add a song in stories, or DMs, where you can, I've not used it. It's there. It's like a feature that's there, but I've not used it. But just like little thoughts, right? So it's your little thoughts, the threads. So if you think about a thread, it's like somebody says something and now somebody else says something else. It's a thread of thought. It's a thread of conversation, if you think of it that way. So the word threads is out there in like social media interaction. And so I think it was really smart that they utilized that as the name of this app in particular. So what that tells me is that they want it to be for community building. So something to think of when you go in there is like, it doesn't have to be your perfect presentation of your life. Just go and interact. Just go and interact. Now, the app is still early. They don't have a way for you to search topics, right? So like I've been like eating up everything about the Barbie movie. I want to know everything about this Barbie movie. So I went in there trying to find where I could search Barbie movie to see what other people are saying, like little social listening. It's not in there yet. Like you can't look up hashtags, you can't look up topics, you can look up profiles. So you're just kind of fed what you're fed at this point. But I could start a thread and be like, what do y'all know about the Barbie movie? And then have people come and say things. So yesterday I posted a picture of I was like cleaning up my office. I found my CD. It was like the first CD that I ever bought. It was no doubt Tragic Kingdom. I posted just a snapshot of it, nothing edited, nothing nice. I'm just like holding it. And I was like, this was my first CD. Kind of here's the story. What was your first CD? And like tons and tons of people that I've never met are actually interacting with it. So it's like a conversation. We've got a thread now of people's first CDs, which is like really cool. So I don't think you get that kind of stuff. Like if I post that same picture on Instagram, I might get some interaction from like my friends and people who follow me, but I don't know if like anybody's really going to see that. But
It
on
sounds
Threads,
like it is
because
easier.
it's so open now.
Yeah,
Right?
it sounds like it's easier to keep the conversation going, right? So especially you can add things to the thread, right? So you can continue. So that is pretty cool. I see a lot of you have been writing your jail number, so continue writing it. We want to see what number you signed up at. So that's totally awesome. Marielou, Carmen, says I was at 3 mil. Okay. Three is pretty cool. 3 is a pretty cool number. Okay, so Eden, I am definitely with you on a lot of things. And this is one of them as well. I have to wait for me. I'm going to wait and see what happens. All right, so I'm going to see. I'm going to keep looking at Marielou's updates and all the things that she's doing. And Fuljens is also in it. What is your opinion of Thread so far?
So as of right now, I kind of like the nostalgic feeling when I first signed up for Threads. Like remind me of like the early days of Clubhouse when everybody was there. And what I like about it too, as of right now, it's created in a way that all of the Ecamm Fam are there up front, right? So that's who I'm getting on my Threads. That's what I'm seeing on my timeline. So my Ecamm Fam. And if I do see a conversation that that I'm engaged in, I'll be able to join. And I remember when I created like a first post, it was the Ecamm Fam that saw my post and they replied there and they liked it and they were saying hello. So that was pretty cool, right? But I have not invested that much time into it yet because I keep finding myself going back to what I'm used to, which is Twitter, because my algorithm has been set up. I've been using that. And I don't tweet, I just lurk on Twitter. So I'm still used to lurking on Twitter versus now lurking on Threads. So I need to give it some more time.
And that is a good point that you mentioned, because that's where my thought about it is at. For example, I looked, right, to see if my ideal customer had already transferred data to Threads. I just kept asking. I went to their profile to see if they had the number and all of that. And so far, just one person has, right? So if my ideal customer is not there, I don't yet, right? I don't have a reason to be on Threads right now because I have Instagram that does it right now, right? Another thing is that I've heard, and Marielou, you can confirm this, is that when you transfer your data to Threads, all of your contacts also get transferred. And I don't want to have, I would like to clean up a little bit, right, before, because I don't want to have everybody go in there, because there's some people there that I don't even know. I don't even know that they are there because we haven't interacted in a while. So what do you think?
You have the option to not.
Okay.
Like when you're signing up for Threads, like it says, do you want to follow everyone you also follow on Instagram? You can say yes or no. Like I said no, because I'm in the same way. I'm like, I kind of want to start from zero.
Right.
And then choose what I want, because we have to teach it, right? The same way, like you have to teach AI like how to interact. You have to teach it what you want to see,
Okay.
who you want to interact, and that's why like all Ecamm Fam is like at the top, right? Because it's like, okay, yeah, I want to follow all of these people, so now it's giving me more of that kind of stuff, along with like the popular like news outlets or pop culture outlets and things like that. Because I was looking for Barbie movie probably, and it. Like, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to have it follow everyone. But because of that feature, and I think most people just push yes, 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 yes. They maybe aren't looking exactly at what's going on. That's what, like, within a day, I already had like 500 followers. But it's because people are automatically just pushing that. So
Right.
you know, that's up to you.
Yeah.
have-
Okay,
you
so
have
let's
control over
go in
that.
the comments and see what you are all saying, because I wanna hear. I wanna
First,
see.
a big shout out to Lem Drops. Haven't seen you in so
Hello,
long.
Lem
So good to see you.
Lemdra!
Lem says, doesn't all socials have that type of increased engagement? I don't think it's a feature of Threads, but more so about it being a new app.
Yeah, there's a point there. Typically that's what happens when there's a new app. You just go.
Yeah. And it's still very early. It's still very early. Roger says, I recently deleted all my social media. It was too much. We need to go back outside and meet people.
You know, he deserves Roger. Let's give Roger a little yes. Yes, Roger. Yes, I'm with you. I am with you.
Paul couldn't find his jail number. Paul, your number is 2607-6153. It's like a social security number.
It's your jail number. I mean, like, you thread it. Marielou confirmed this, please, because maybe they have changed it. But if, say, you're like, you know what, I don't want Threads anymore. I really don't. I don't need another social app, and you want to delete it. Is it true that it will delete all of your contacts as well? Oh, I mean, your Instagram account also.
So like I said, it's just an Instagram feature, right? So imagine like you can't delete Reels from your account, right? So if you try to delete Reels or you try to delete Stories, you have to delete your Instagram account in order to delete that. But you can deactivate your Threads. And that's like, if you don't want to have Threads, you go into your Threads account, deactivate it, delete the app, don't look at it again.
So did it say that you can only deactivate it once a week? Is that right? Like, you can only deactivate
I'm pretty
it.
sure you can just. I think you can just be like, I'm out. Goodbye. Let me see. Because
Because I was looking at it.
so new.
Yes, I was looking at it, and it said you can only deactivate it once a week. So I'm like, I mean, honestly, that's where I got the jail number from, because it's like you're in. You know,
Okay, so this is what I see
Okay.
when I go to deactivate the profile, is that it's temporary, and if you open the app again, it'll, like, if you log back into Threads, your Threads account will come back to life.
That makes sense.
Okay.
You know, and I'm sure that there's more that you could do. Like, you could get deeper in there if you wanted to, I'm sure. But because it's so new, like, they're like, I don't know, just be here or not. I don't know. Like,
Right.
do it
Okay,
or don't
Hank
do it.
is almost like
425-764. Hank is on the low end.
on the low end.
But you know, the god of Threads, I don't know if he's in the chat right now. Thank you, Dan, for sending this over. Is Mr. James Hicks at 42,847.
So the lower the number, the cooler you are? Is that what's going on?
Of course.
It's like the earlier you signed up, the earlier you knew about it, because I think it was released early to select few who were able to sign up before the rest of us muggles were able to sign up.
Right.
Exactly. Hence James Hicks. It's like,
Yeah. So if you haven't signed up for Threads yet, I can show you where you can get to it, because I think everybody has access to it now. But if you go to, say, your profile on Instagram, and you've got your little lines in the corner here, right? And then this pops up, and you should have a Threads option here. If you tap on that, you'll get a boarding pass. And I know different people have different times on their boarding pass.
I didn't get that little animation.
It might be in there. You just might not have looked at it.
Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool.
The things, right? It's the
little
things. It's the little things. But I do.
Yeah.
I
And
do.
like they call that in marketing, right? It's surprise and delight.
Right.
It's like, oh, Me?
Me, right. I appreciate it. I appreciated their marketing. Their marketing is great. They really welcome people. They made people feel good and look cool, right? With a threat number and with a pass, right? And I saw people posting the pass and all of that, like, oh my, cool. Again, any of that, like for me, that was not a big deal. Like I was like, okay, cool, that's awesome. I appreciate their marketing. Their marketing is genius. I love it. But I will see where my customers are before I go on and download another app.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up Richard's perspective. More and more people are following me on Threads, I've noticed, but it's still incubating. I think I don't have an opinion. Honestly, there's too many social apps to keep up with.
That's the and it is what it is. For example, for you, Marielou, that makes so much sense. I mean, you're so active on Instagram. You're active. It makes sense that you will be on Thread, right? Because that's your app, right? You're like Marielou and Instagram are like this, right? So it makes absolute sense. For other people, it might be like, okay, let me look, let me wait, and let's see. For Fuljens, you're gonna continue looking at Twitter.
Yeah. That's what I'm used
Because
to.
I really don't think everybody needs to sign up for every social media app. And so the way Anna's using the internet, it is like specific to finding her target client. So that is an approach. And then if you look at it that way, then like Threads might not be for you. If your target, like if they're not even going to be able to find you, they can't search you. It's just like, if it's just going to be more work and not something that's exciting, then don't do it.
Right.
I think for people like me who are like just always I just love social media, and I'm like, cool, what does this do? So like I feel like I can go over there and I'm like, don't post about social media, just post whatever. Like it's really like just, I don't know, I'm thinking about this right now. Like early Instagram where we were just like, this is my sandwich for lunch. It's just like anything goes right now. We just don't know.
Absolutely.
And I think that like it's like unfortunate because people it's like not even been a week and there's so much like strategy this, strategy that. And I was like, I don't know if we know a strategy yet. Like, can we just check out the place?
Right.
True.
See what we like before we bring in any furniture? Can we just like look at it?
Exactly.
Right. See if the furniture is gonna like actually stay. Is gonna go with it.
Yeah.
But
because I've signed up for everything. I signed up for like what was like Vero we had at some point. Like I always like if a new app comes out, I'll sign up for it. Like Be Real, I had it for like, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then.
And speaking of apps, Marielou, you mentioned that there was another thread a while ago. Let's talk about what that was.
2019 and 2021. So it was like a couple years. It was an Instagram app, a Meta app, but I think it was still before Meta, but it was a separate app so you could use it to make videos. So I had used it in order to make stories, like Instagram stories with captions, because captions weren't built in to Instagram yet. So it was an Instagram app, like a video tool, I think is what they were trying to make it. But it was called Threads. And then they're like, this doesn't work. Let's get rid of it. So when Threads came, like, I think that's why when I saw them announce Threads again, I was like, oh, this old app? Okay, we'll see. And then it was like, it's something completely different. They just use the same name. It's like, we already paid for the URL.
Exactly.
And then they saw an opportunity. And it makes sense. And this is why we should not throw away ideas, right? We should not just like delete the ideas. We should save the ideas, especially if we worked on them. Because now they see the opportunity about Twitter and Twitter not, making all of these changes and people not liking it. Now they're like, okay, you know what? Now it's time to
strike.
Yeah. This is it. This is for us. This is what's going on. So let's see. Carmen was saying, I wonder who was 100.
I know, right?
Who was 100? And
the Clue channel. Is it too much to ask to have a news feed show all the posts, chronological and from everybody? Exactly.
So I think Instagram does it, right?
Forever.
Right? Yeah. That would be, that would be a big ask.
Choose to make it that way.
Right.
Yeah, I think, can we do that? It used to be so delightful.
On Instagram, you can choose your favorites. You can choose like whether you want to see your favorites or not.
Right.
Just like
But
on
is
Instagram.
it chronological?
Right.
It's
Is
so
it
hard to
chronological?
tell these days.
Yeah, but
You're
go
like,
ahead.
this was like 3 weeks ago.
and there's so many different things that are coming still, and I am with Dan. If when I understand his point about if you don't start cultivating intelligently from the start, you're putting yourself behind once things fall into place. And I started a Twitter account way back in 2015 when things were hot with live stream, with going live on Facebook. And I, like you, Marielou, I never got into Twitter. I'm not there. I won't get there from what I know about myself and my business right now. I just won't do it. So it's not a strategy that I want. What has worked for me, the apps that have worked for me, I'm investing my time because I see the return whenever I invest time in those specific apps. So again, if I see my customers going, oh yeah, Anna, are you on Threads? And they're my ideal customer, I am going to do it. So for example, Snapchat, right? I had one customer first, ideal customer. I mean, like, she is the. And she's like, hey, Anna, are you on Snapchat? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I actually was. I have an account, but I'm not active. And she's like, oh, okay. Another of my ideal clients who were in the same room, she's like, hey, Anna, what's your Snapchat? I'm like, about to activate Snapchat right now. And then I activated it, and now I'm curating content for that, because they also follow me on Instagram. So I don't want to give them the same thing I'm feeding them on Instagram also on Snapchat, because they're going to unfollow or just do not post or whatever, right? So it's just strategically what we have to do. So that to Dan, that was to you, to your comment, responding to your comment. Okay, so what else do we have to about Threads, right? So they were saying, right?
So it's text-based. Oh, go ahead.
No,
I thought
go
we were
ahead
asking
and
more
do that. We
details
can,
about
yeah.
Threads, but-
Go ahead and
So it's 500 characters of text. You can post up to 10 photos or videos, and then videos can be up to 5 minutes. And they're from your camera roll, so there's not like a way to create within the app. You just upload from your camera roll. So that's the place to just throw your like extra stuff. If you're not curating, like if you're just trying to do social media just to do it, like it's just different approaches, right? So like I see about the cultivating intelligently from the start. If you are like from your business account, yeah, of course. But just having fun on internet, then try something, whatever.
Right?
It's like not that serious.
Right. Yeah. And then also, let's go through some statistics, right? I wanted to share some statistics that I went over with you. And it was just fun looking at it, because once we put numbers and we put those numbers into perspective, it makes a little bit more sense. And then we see reality. So here are some.
Muted here. We're muted.
Okay, so here, so I'm glad that that was in there, right? So I went on asking if 100 people have joined Meta's new app Threads, what percentage of Instagram users have not yet joined?
If 100 million people have joined.
100 million, yeah, because that's what they're posting, 100 million. And only 5% have joined. Right? If that math is correct. So out of all the Instagram users, and they're making it so easy because the only thing you have to do is transfer your data. Just click in there, right? So if only 5% joined, what was, like, to me, 100 million, I was like, okay, so there's something that I will wait for. Because I don't know why is everybody kind of feeling the app right now, right? So it's good to see those numbers than to see later how those numbers are going to change, right? And how quickly they change.
Because So you think about the people that we interact with here, like we're part of Ecamm Fam. We are looking at social media. We're with other media people. Our feeds are filled with it. So it looks like everyone we know has signed up for Threads. It looks like everybody, this is the thing. Everybody's on there. We're the only ones who are not on there. You know, like that's kind of the mentality because of the kind of circles that we have. Now, I think if we look at it the way Anna's looking at it, she's like, are my target customers over there? Like, I feel like most of America is not on there because they're not looking at social media that way. I think the people who've signed up are the ones who are like, want to be at the forefront of social media, are really big social media consumers and big social media engagers. Because there's some people who just like lurk, right? And then the people who want to be in it. And I think that's mostly who's come over already.
Got it. That's great. That's great explanation. And there's other things I'm like, I want to know, but it makes sense. Just the early adopters and the heavy creators
Right.
that are doing it. Celebrities.
Yeah, and also too, 100 million in this past weekend alone, right? And then and if you go back to the stats here, that's out of 2.35 billion Instagram users, right? And then Twitter. And I was today years old when I learned that Twitter has 450 million users. 450 million users. 100 million users signed up for Threads this past weekend. So, and that number is going to continue to increase.
Right.
So, there's a rivalry going on, but I know like those numbers don't lie.
Yeah, but then also...
So then if you look at those numbers, the numbers that you're like looking at of Instagram users who are... Like Instagram's been around for a while. These are photo and video first consumers and creators, right? Twitter had 450, right, million. Is that what you said? Users?
Yeah.
And so many people displaced. It's just like they're refugees.
Yeah.
Who are like, oh my gosh, there's a place for me to go.
Yeah.
So I could see why, like, then what's the percentage of that many people who were on Twitter now onto Threads? Like that's I think a more realistic comparison of like then what's that, like almost a fourth, like almost a quarter of the Twitter user base is now on Threads because they're like, it's gross over here.
Yeah.
Go there.
And and it's cool because just like you mentioned, Clubhouse, a lot of people made great connections on Clubhouse that are still giving profit, right? That are still being fruitful. So that is, being an early adopter has its benefits.
Absolutely.
If that makes, if that's for you.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's great. It's another app. And that's another thing about, for example, when we were all crazy about Jasper, right? Like, oh my gosh, Jasper is the man. ChatGPT came, and Jasper, I don't know, I don't know, but I will assume that the numbers dropped for Jasper, right? And then now people are like finding things with ChatGPT, like, you're like, listen, this dude is kind of giving me plagiarized information, and I can get in trouble for this. So I'm going to actually move to a safer place, which is people are now going back to Jarvis. Right, because Jasper. Going back to Jasper. So there's the back and forth. I don't think people will go back to Twitter, but
Right.
But I see. Yeah. That is.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And you think about this something I think about the internet all the time is that, like, I don't know if we grasp really how many people exist on the planet who have access to the internet,
Right.
much less each individual platform. So there's just so many people who can be anywhere. You can find the place that you want to be, and not everybody will be there. It's just like we're not all going to be in the same store at the same time.
Right.
We're not all going to be everywhere, and we don't need to be everywhere. So I always suggest people try it, see if it's your vibe, and if it's not, that's fine. Like, you don't have like TikTok. I enjoy TikTok, but like at this point, I just lurk. I don't really like do TikTok anymore because I'm like, well, I get that fix of as a creator on Instagram and on YouTube Shorts. I don't necessarily feel like I need to also think about that because there's other parts of my life I want to live. I got other things to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That makes so much sense. So let's see. Somebody has a question. Do you think a more of a video aspect will come to Threads?
I don't think so because it's a feature of Instagram. So I think that if people want to do the edited, curated, people are sharing their edited videos, their reels and things like that onto Threads. But I don't think it's going to take over in any sense because people want this other thing.
Right. It remain like a conversational platform. Yeah. People are fed up with Twitter, says Gen Z. And Dan says, can I just point out that this initial flood will not maintain without core upgrades and molding? A lot of people will leave the site until the core remains. That's true too. Yeah.
As
Yeah,
always,
and-
that's always true.
Yes.
Yeah. And just like Carmen says, is an individual preference.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It is an individual preference. And that's what it is. Just like Marielou mentioned, try it out and see what's going on. And just like, trying out, I don't know if you all heard, but YouTube is trying out linking keywords in comments, right? Do you hear about that?
No, I haven't seen that. I haven't looked at YouTube news in a while, but that's exciting.
Yeah, right? It is pretty exciting. So YouTube keeps making these little updates, just like, Dan is saying, okay, keep it up, right? Now you got to keep it up. You got to keep your users engaged with your platform with different things. So that is, I think that is a great feature. And then the thumbnail testing also, where you can do A/B testing, that's great also on YouTube. So although the platforms are doing their thing and good for them, right? Because then we will decide what works for us and what doesn't.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yes. And I know that a lot of people are frustrated because there's so many places to be. You do not have to be on every platform. You don't.
I repeat.
That's right.
Sometimes I'm like, if I just am on YouTube and I delete everything else, we fine, right? If I only did Instagram and main Instagram, not even Threads, it'd be fine. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish, or if you just want to you enjoy being there. You like that game because they're apps. It's an app on your phone. It's just a game.
Right.
It's just a game. If you don't like the game, don't play it.
Don't play it. Just don't, right? Just don't play it.
But okay, go do something else.
Exactly.
Another thing for YouTube is that they also are testing replying to comments with a short. So you can actually guide people.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yes, right? So
Yeah.
that is pretty awesome. That is pretty cool. It's like, okay, just reply with a short of whether it is you or someone else's, but it's great for generating more views, more traffic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is great.
That's like one of the features I like on TikTok. People usually quickly reply with another TikTok, and I don't know if YouTube does the same. I don't know, Marielou, if you know, but on TikTok, the comment of what you're replying to will be in the upper right corner, like, oh, can you show us this? And then here's the TikTok showing you, so it's replying it, but it actually shows the comment of the reply.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like that. It's a pretty cool feature.
And that's a feature that you can do in Instagram Reels and in YouTube now that they took from TikTok because there was like high demand on that. Because there was a point where on YouTube, because like I get a lot of questions on there about like how to edit this thing, how to crop this thing, and I'm like, I got to show you. I can't really explain it in a comment. So I would screenshot their comment and make the video and overlay it. But now you can just do it. Then the comment is a sticker.
Yeah.
Then you can just send the response out there, and it's really, really wonderful. So like of all of the apps, like YouTube is my favorite place to be. I know a lot about Instagram and I'll like hang out on Instagram and people ask me about Instagram, but YouTube is my favorite one to be at because they are just making moves for the creator. Like as a creator, that's my favorite spot.
Yeah, I mean, and it makes sense. Like you can just like do, because I know sometimes it will be, oh, I will send me your email so that I can send you this, right? And now it's just there, right? Now you can just reply. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's see, we have
a few comments and questions. Dan asks, isn't there another site that is gaining a lot of following within the Black community? I heard of something, unless Dan that let us know, but it hasn't, it's not to the point like where I remember what it is because it was a while back ago. So I don't know if it's like something new.
Is it Black Avenue and Asian Avenue? Do you remember that?
No. Black Avenue.
Oh,
and
that's
Asian
early.
Avenue.
That's early.
Wow. Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Black Planet. I'm like, Black Planet. I know. Black Avenue. Yeah.
So yes, ICAST platforms, just like technologies are advancing at astonishing exponential rates. It is often challenging to keep up.
Oh, it's called Spill. The Spill app.
The Spill app, huh?
Cool.
You see, another app. Spill it.
Yeah, everybody's saying Spill. Okay.
Okay, so we didn't know about it. Thank you.
No, did not know about that.
Thank you, Dan, for the Spill app, I guess.
Marcello, good to see you here. Hello,
Marcello,
James
hi.
Riley. Hello, good to see you here. Question from Lem. Don't know if it was covered, but what do you all believe Threads' real demographic is? I feel like Twitter is for business and news. Will Threads be more for creators?
Great question, Lem. Marielou?
I think at this point, yeah, I think that is a pretty insightful observation that it at this point is more for creators because you think of who signed up for it. Like it's all the people who want to be at the forefront of social media. And I think it's mostly going to be creators.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And I mean, at least right now, that's what's being created to me. It's all content creator related content. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be just like a community. Well, we will wait and see. We will not. We can speculate, but we will wait and see.
I haven't come across any news. I haven't come across any politics. None of that.
Yeah.
So
Not
far,
yet.
at least so far.
It's been a week. Not even a week.
Yeah, but at least so far, I haven't come across any of that stuff. I just seen a lot of Twitter bashing and content creators.
Well, I don't know why that reminded me of that. Thank you, Carmen. We'll see you soon. But we have to do trivia. We have a trivia that we're going to do and see. You get a $25 gift card to the merch store. And those $25 are going to be...
You can stretch it now because you got some $10 sales going on.
So you just move the hat out of the way. Let me see my orange hat, please. Because that's my favorite orange. And Marielou has one that's vintage because it's not at the store anymore. Yes. But this is the cool thing that we can just...
OG.
Look at this. Let's see how it keeps the ladies' hair nice and still. So, gentlemen, you are in the audience and ladies... Gentlemen can get a hat for the ladies to represent Ecamm, their favorite app, right? And then the ladies
fellas,
can
this
get...
is still there. This is the all black with the black Ecamm logo there. This is my favorite one, actually.
Yeah, that one's pretty
And there's
cool.
another one, but they took it down. Was like the camouflage version of that.
The black and black is nice. The only thing that I don't like about the black and black for me is I like this better.
The bill. The curved bill.
The little curve, right? But
It's like, I would like this hat, but all black.
Right. Yeah.
Because this one is like curved. It's like in between the two.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then yours has like the traditional snapback mesh. Right? Yes.
Here we go. So they
school.
fit nicely to the ladies. So for those of you who are just tuning in and you don't know about this, Ecamm has an incredible sale for all of its members, and you get to update. You get a chance to update your studio, and here's how to enter. Fuljens.
Let's come back here. All right. So you head on over to... Mr. Moderator will share the link. The link is really long because I'm not going to give you the link here. So you get a chance to win a brand new M2 Mac Mini, 2 tickets to our first ever creator camp, a Switch Pod, a Rode Streamer X, Insta360 link camera, and one-on-one with Doc to get everything set up and running perfectly. Here is, there are 9 ways to enter. Show us your studio. Join the Discord server at ecamm.tv/Discord. Get a deal on the merch. You see that we have 2 deals upcoming right now. Sign up for the Ecamm newsletter. Visit Ecamm on IG or on YouTube. Enter the secret codes. We are Team ENN and Team BuildingBlocks. Those are the 2 secret codes that we have, so you can get not +5, but +10 additional entries. You can also visit SwitchPod on Instagram and sign up for our ENN newsletter.
Yes, the ENN newsletter is what is up. It's what can keep you up to date until ENN comes back. So here's again, you can get points today.
Fuljens is cheating. Yes, we have 2 codes: Team ENN and Team Building Blocks.
Yeah. So let's go to the trivia.
Doc is here. One second.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, Doc. You can self-curve the flat bill, he says. So if you get a flat bill one, you could just curve it yourself. But you like the pre-curve.
I like the pre-curved.
You like pre-curve.
Yeah, because then if you try all that, like it will look too curved. I just like things to be done. But there you go. You can do it. You can do your curve. You can curve your hat.
I was unable to click on the reel for the show us your studio, but I went through all those checks. Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So all right. So here is the trivia for tonight.
Yes. So just guess which one is true here. Which statement is true? A, Instagram has whiskey-inspired origins, or B, Instagram was the first location-based check-in app. Which one is true?
I wonder if Marielou knows this.
30 seconds.
30.
30 seconds just fly by so quick.
Right? It's because you're counting it, right?
Huh?
It's not on. Where is it on the screen? We're counting it right here. 10, 9, 8. You see, DJ Strick, it's like listening in the background, and then when
he did post early. He said, "I win." Once you mentioned merch, once you mentioned the trivia, he was like, "I win."
I love it. Okay.
All right. So that is it. Time is up. So James Riley says B. Dan says B. Runway says B. DJ Strick, Ballad Vibes, Marcello. All right. So the answer is A. The answer is A. So Instagram was launched in 2010 by Kevin Systrom. The first prototype of Instagram was a web app called Bourbon, B-U-R-B-N, Bourbon, which was inspired by Systrom's love of fine whiskeys and bourbons. And yes, Foursquare was the first location-based app in 2009, which came out before IG. Thank you, Doc. That's like, this just took me back to like the Foursquare days, and then also just hearing that IG was inspired by whiskey and bourbon makes me love IG even more. So we do have a winner.
Yeah, the winner is
Gretchen. Congratulations, Gretchen.
So you're gonna stretch your dollars. So stretch your dollars straight up. So Marielou, any advice, any further advice about threads that we should just watch out for? What do you have for us?
So this is kind of my blanket advice for any new app or new thing that comes up. If it stresses you out, don't worry about it. Because if it's going to stick around, it'll stick around. You can sign up later. It'll be great. If it stresses you out, just don't worry about it. But if you're at all interested and you're feeling a little adventurous, like go secure your name, look around a little bit, say a little bit, like if you're worried about your like digital footprint, like just like anywhere, don't go be a bad guy, like
just say relevant things.
Yeah, just like have a good time, see what's on there, because maybe that is an easier entry point for you. If you're an introvert, you're somebody who like wants to create or you want to interact more on the internet, but like the idea of taking a picture or making a video is like, I cannot wrap my head around that. Otherwise I would participate. Like maybe this is a great place for you. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is where you could go and just have some human connection and talk to people about things. Mm-hmm. So give it a try if it seems interesting. But with any of it, if it's stressing you out, it's fine. Like we'll tell you about it. If you need to sign up, you'll know eventually.
Right? You just stay tuned to ENN, stay tuned to the ENN newsletter. Go check out Marielou. We will keep you informed of what's going on.
Exactly.
If there's anything new that happened. But yeah, like that is saying, stake your claim.
Take your claim.
Stake your claim. All right, so James.
I might have to have some bourbon tonight. What should I drink tonight since you're the bourbon professional?
It will be Doc and Fuljens.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. James, if you're going out, try some E.H. Taylor. Try some E.H. Taylor. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Marielou, do you drink whiskey?
Yes, but I can't tell you what's what. It's just if it's in front of me. But that's like my lease on life. It's like, is it here? I'll try it. It's
Right.
Threads? I'll try it. A new app? Okay.
Oh, and here's the Threads God. James Hicks is here.
Oh, look at you. What are you all drinking?
Yes, and some Whistle Pig. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, try some Whistle Pig. We tried a bottle of Whistle Pig Piggyback, and it's so good.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah.
And James is saying E.H. Taylor. Got it. Yeah. Look it up. It's awesome.
Yeah. And that's was like good to have like what is it, the tasting?
Oh, we did a tasting
Because
also.
it
Yeah.
will,
Yeah.
And that's a tasting of apps.
Yeah.
Tasting of, let's taste apps, right? Just see what's up.
Yeah.
Taste them.
Gretchen is a bourbon drinker. Yukon Jack is my bourbon of choice. Yukon
Ooh.
Jack.
We're talking bourbon now. We're talking bourbon. But okay, so Marielou, thank you
Nice.
so much for all of your advice, for your recap about the Threads. Instagram new feature, right? That's what we should say. Threads is Instagram new feature. Okay.
That's how I see it.
Okay, so because Doc is saying if you have Instagram, you have Threads, so there it is. I have not downloaded yet, so I will be living through
You're
Fuljens.
living vicariously through others.
Through others and through you, and then just seeing what's happening through Marielou. But Marielou, thank you so much as always for everything that you do for the Ecamm Fam and how you use Ecamm. I love seeing all of your creations on Instagram. I love seeing how you are just so real with the things that you do. And I just love watching it because I'm like, okay, you know what? That's something easy, just like you're saying, is creating video. And for you, how fast can I create a video that is good content so that I can teach others how to do it? So, and you are doing that great. Please let everybody know how they could follow you.
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Marielou Mandl. I have my name everywhere because I sign up for the apps as soon as they're available. So if you want to keep your name, then make sure you sign up for things. Even though Threads, if you have Instagram, you already have Threads, so you don't have to worry too much. But on Instagram, you want to see day-to-day life. You want to see fun stuff, some product reviews. You basically want to see me make these videos really fast. That's where they land usually. And on YouTube, I have tutorials. I have content about making content. I make videos about how to make videos, specifically trying to help women who want to make videos because it's not so scary. And I do have a series that I'm going to be putting up soon that is the Overwhelmed Girl's Guide to Ecamm. So I've been hearing that there's some people who feel a little overwhelmed over getting started because it can be overwhelming. Like when you open up Ecamm, it looks crazy. I feel like everybody here pretty much knows, but if you have a friend who's like, I'm too scared to do it, I don't know, there's all these windows, what do I do? Send them my way. I'd be happy to help them out.
Yes, and that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing is if you find someone, a creator that you enjoy, that you love, it will be easy creating content, right? Because you just follow up, especially if you resonate with them and their content. So good for you. What is it called again? The Ecamm Women? What is it?
Or is it Overwhelmed Girl's Guide to Ecamm? It's just like 4 little videos about like, this is what it looks like when you open up, close all the windows. Let's go through everything one at a time. And then how to go live with nothing else plugged in. Or how to make a video. We don't go live.
Right. Yeah, I mean.
Just like
awesome.
The basics.
Right.
And that's how you get started, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Because like some people think that they have to have it all plugged in and just have this whole big setup. So good for you, Marielou. Yes. Okay. Good for you.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, so Fuljens is going to go over the guide, what's coming up in the Ecamm channel. Marielou, thank you so much for being here with us. You are released to go enjoy. What's your brother's is home, right? Is it your brother or your cousin?
Yeah,
your
it's his birthday. Yeah, and then I'm
Okay.
probably gonna go edit some more videos. 'Cause
Okay.
I did during our little break between tech and not. I edited already one extra video. So
Nice.
Here we go.
grinding them out.
Happy
Send 'em
birthday
out.
to the cousin.
That's
And have a great night. Thank you, Marielou. Bye.
Bye. Here is the ENN show guide for this week. We have some good stuff. Good stuff always coming up. So tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Doc and Kat are going to
Oh
be
my
talking about
gosh.
Notion hacks for
Yes.
podcasters. Kat is a Notion guru, so she's going to be there on The Flow by Ecamm tomorrow at 12 to talk all about Notion.
That will be fun.
Yes. And I'm looking forward to this Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Meet the Ecamm Fam Streamer Fails Edition with Katie,
Speaking of women of Ecamm.
Val, and Tatiana. That's this Wednesday
Yes.
at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's Dynamic Animations with Canva featuring our guy, Dan Ross.
Dan!
It's going to be awesome this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dan, which Dan will we get? Will we get Poking Bear Dan? Will we get Serious DEI Dan?
we will get
which version of
creative.
Dan? Which version of Dan?
We will get creative Dan. Creative Dan. Dynamic creative.
Dynamic Dan.
Yeah.
Dan. That's this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, Marshall creates green screen tricks other than using green screen as a background. So come check out Marshall to find out how you can take your green screen magic to the next level. And this Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's Ecamm Live Demo with the man, Doc Rock. And save the date for July 18th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the next session of Ask Ecamm with Ken and Glenn. Get your questions ready. Get your questions ready. There's been a lot of little birdies talking about new stuff, so get your questions and your feature requests ready with Ken and Glenn.
That's awesome. I am excited. I'm gonna have to catch the replay because I'm gonna be working tomorrow during the flow. But that's great because
Yeah.
I use another app that is similar to Notion. So it would be great to see what Notion
Absolutely.
we can create with Notion. That would be
Absolutely.
Yes, Dan, you're always well behaved. You are. I can attest to that. I can attest to that. So everyone, thank you so much for being here with us and enjoying that. We enjoy your presence and your comments. Thank you so much for being here. I want to
We have a
read this
request from
doc.
Doc also.
Yeah, up there, Doc says something before we
Oh, which one?
something about 80s because when I see 80s, I want to hear. I want to.
Pro tip: people in their 80s or 90s never talk about what they did. They talk about what they wish they did. Stop being scared of life.
In the 80s, people did things.
Right. We did.
We did.
They did.
We
No
did.
thing.
We
Just
did
Just do
things,
it. Yeah.
I'm talking about the things I did in the 80s and 90s, bro.
Doc says 80s means Paul. We have a request from Doc here. I'm going on vacation. Y'all want a demo on July 22nd.
July 22nd here, July 22nd. Wasn't I'm over here like checking on.
Check the calendar.
Checking the July 22nd. Oh, July 22nd?
July 22nd.
That's a Saturday.
Or it's probably the 21st, Doc means. July 21st.
July 21st looks good. Yeah.
It's
We
looking
will
good.
confirm with you to make sure. But yeah,
Yes.
keep us there. Keep us there. Yes.
Calendar on deck.
Gotta do it. Okay, so Eden. Hey.
And yes, here is the form. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. If you want to submit your questions for Ken and Glenn in advance. Thank you.
Yes, there we go. Okay, everyone. So we will see you this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Dan, who is going to be teaching us how he's creating all of this dynamic backgrounds and waiting screens.
Yeah, Dan does
with
some
Canva.
amazing stuff on Canva.
With Canva. He even broke Canva and he had to get Canva tech support involved. Deep story he's going to share with us on Wednesday. So make sure to be here. And of course, check out Notion tomorrow. That's going to be a nice episode because keeping our information organized as we run of shows and guest lists and all of that is really important to keep our show, the show on track, but also the guests.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be a great show as well. Okay. Anything that you would like to?
No, I think we got everything covered. Just once again, you have our secret codes. Enjoy. Best of luck to everybody in the Ecamm Fam Epic Giveaway.
Yeah. All right. Yes. All right, everybody. Good luck. Enter those codes, and we will see you then. My name is Anna Heath.
And I'm Fuljens Henry.
And you're watching Ecamm Network News. Have a good night.
Peace.